All right, real quick, I guess hitting Michigan State real quick, wrapping our game up. Special team-wise, just hitting some things we thought. Again, Eric Tove coming in for Voss did a nice job. First couple punts were awesome. Didn't have one at the end particularly strong. Did a great job, too, of handling of the placements. And I think sometimes you take that for granted. So, again, was pleased and proud of him. We need him to come through. We'll need him. It looks like Voss is going to be out. I think he's got a hairline break there, lower ankle, so he'll be out for several weeks. So we'll need Eric to keep coming through with that. So good for him. He did a great job, special team on the surprise kick, and executed that well. Just something we looked at, and if the situation presented itself, and especially after, they had the celebration penalty. If you didn't get it, it wasn't as risky. Matter of fact, when we kick it out of bounds to open the second half, we give it to them on the 40. If we didn't execute that kick right, they'd have had it on the 37 or 38. So it's really, wasn't really that risky a deal, but it did steal a possession. That's 2 weeks in a row where special teams created some points. Return a week before against Northwestern, and now this one got us into the score zone. We only got 3 out of it. So that was nice. So, but again, we got to keep coming special team. We are gaining on it. You're going to play in Big Ten games where a lot of games are close and close plays. Had an opportunity in for a loose ball we didn't get. But again, we've got to keep making plays in special team. We're not at a point of breaking even will be good enough for us. We got to keep finding ways to get an edge in special team play, and it's tough. We're challenging our guys. We're putting as many players and some of our best guys out there. But in one possession games and in close games, little things make difference. And special teams play, I think, it's overlooked. So a couple good performances there. Guys that played well in special teams, Eric Tove was our player of the game, coming in like he did. Mark Murphy did a nice job. Matt Dooley, our snapper, always is solid. Stoner and Ewald on the execution surprise. Antonio Marshall had a big hit on a kick cover that was good special team wise. Defensively, we got, again, in scoring zone, they're 5 for 5, 4 touchdowns and a field goal. You get one more touchdown into a field goal, and it's 27-27. It's a 4-point differential. So, we're yielding too many points, and we've worked a lot, in fringe zone and score zone, and we've worked a lot in third down. Our third down defense was better. They were 35%. We were 65 on stops. That's pretty good, 2 out of 3. That's better than it was the previous 2 weeks when we were at 50%. So we did make some strides third down D, but scoring zone, we got once in a while, for example, we got the surprise kick, but they held us to 3. That's difference in the game. And we get them down there and get a score zone. We hold one of those drives from 7 to 3, point differential in close games. So we got to keep gaining on that. 0 turnovers created. We're plus in turnover ratio, but we're not creating a lot of turnovers. And we need to keep making strides there. And that's the difficult thing in playing a good team like Michigan State with good players. And when you don't get free possessions and you're playing even with a good team, it's hard. And we got to find ways to get turnovers. We did have 16 missed tackles, which is the most we've had to date. Even though we made some strides defensively, not getting the turnovers or a red zone stop or again, the missed tackles. We did have 6 3-and-outs. I thought our effort defensively was good. And again, the third down defense was decent. Third down defense decent because I think we probably got them in third and long a little bit more than we had in previous weeks too. Defensively, Adam Raplogo is our player of the game. He's playing outstanding for us and really playing relentless and playing hard, and one of our best players, but also just one of our best guys. Great student, great off the field, and he's what we want a Hoosier to look like, represent our football program. He's a special guy. But Adam played well. Griffin Dahlstrom, once again, solid at linebacker. Thought his performance was awesome. Flo Harden as well. On the back end, Heben, Murphy, and then also Ryan Phillips at DN we thought played well. Offensively, we struggled second half, bunch of 3-and-outs, 4 of 15 third downs, plus 5-yard line. We didn't get a TD, and only 45 plays getting positive yards, completed pass or running. So we need to get that up. When you play a good defense, it's hard, but we need more positive plays. Effort was good. Energy first half was awesome. Tempo was awesome. 0 turnovers was good. We had 1 loose ball. Lucky to get that back. D'Angelo put the ball on the ground one time we can't have. But again, we did come out and play a pretty good first half, and that's an awfully good defense. I mean, they hold Boise to 13 and no touchdowns. And Boise's as good as anyone in the country this decade. And Notre Dame and Ohio State are top 10 teams. They hold those guys to 17 and 20. So 27 wasn't enough. It was a good first half. We just need to back it up with a second, and we didn't. Winning performances, several up front. We thought Spriggs and Taylor and Will Maddie were good. Kofi Hughes and Shane Wynn. Our player of the game was Shane Wynn. And on the scout team, guys, Nate Boudreaux did a good job at quarterback, one of our backup quarterbacks last week, and Jake Reed, who's, kind of right now second team, but we'll see how the year goes. We played Jake as a freshman last year. We might redshirt him. He's yet to play, but Jake did a great job, which is good to see. He's back full go, coming off his little minor thing he had early. Defensively, Big Ralph Green and Sean Heffron, two of our D linemen, did great jobs. So that's a little bit of Michigan State, disappointing loss. Same time, moving on to Ohio State, really good. And good program as always, good players, well coached, good challenge. Got them here at 8 o'clock. You guys know it. We're off to a good start with 2 good days, and we'll need a good week to play well and keep moving forward, because that's what we're doing. Questions?
When you go against a quarterback like Braxton Miller, how the dual threat thing, similar to what you dealt with, I guess, in Northwestern, just talk about him, the challenges he kind of presents.
And if you're really good, one of the best things you do when you play against great offense is you keep them off the field. Of course, in our style, for us to be good offensively, we got to play a little bit of tempo to get an edge and get an advantage and make a defense play a little bit of a vanilla. So, turnovers and third down conversions and kicking it well and playing long fields, all those things help, because you don't want to make it easy for a really good offense and a really good player. Same time, dynamically, it's not like we got the team that we're just going to mulch you up, keep you on the sideline, and bleed you to death, and so it's a little bit of a double-edged sword there. What they do offensively, everyone's got their version. They're going to hit you a little bit more downhill with inside zones and some off-tackle power or one-back counter that gets a little bit more north and south, and they'll do it with Braxton. They'll do it with their big back, Carlos Hyde. They have several other backs, one of them from the state of Indiana, Mr. Smith, that's a good player. So they come at you pretty good. What I think is overlooked as good as Braxton is, and their skills good, receivers, Stoneburner, their tight end's really good, running back, Braxton, but their line's playing good. And when your line plays well, and I was very impressed watching their offensive line against Michigan State. Really thought the way they got together, on combos, worked together, and their pad level, that was good football. And because Michigan State's very difficult to just go right at. And so that being said, they're still learning what they're doing. They're still getting better every week. You can see them making strides. But he's the guy that makes it go because of his ability. He's the best runner on the field. And he's also a guy that can throw the thing. Very seldom do you find guys that really can throw that can run, or guys that really can run that can throw. He's a little bit more of a dynamic runner than a thrower, but he throws the ball well, and you have to commit so many guys up there, a little bit like when you're playing Denard Robinson. Sometimes there are guys, if you get your eye off your target, because you got to commit so many guys to the run, whether you're shadowing or spying him or just canceling gaps and putting people on him. As soon as somebody gets his eyes off a receiver, here comes a play action pass, and you really can get burned. So, but he's a great player, plays physical for a quarterback. It's going to be a great challenge. I mean, it's tough, and that, in no disrespect, is where Trey gives us a little bit of an edge compared to our other two quarterbacks. One more threat of a little bit truer run. Now Trey's not the runner that Braxton is, but that's a part of our offense that's kind of went away since his injury.
How much has Meyer's offense done for Miller? How much has that changed the game he plays, I guess, having that spread and, taking the ball in the shotgun, stuff like that? How much has that made him maybe more dangerous?
They do a great job, and I know their offensive coaches, their line coach, and know their coordinator, know their line coach really well. And know Coach Meyer, in a reasonable way. But they were doing some of that last year. The thing is, he's year 2, and that's no disrespect to their coaches, because they're well coached and they're doing a good job and doing some different things and taking advantage of his skill set. But year 2, he was going to be better. Last year, he was a true freshman, and he was a very dynamic, true freshman. And he's going to do nothing but you haven't seen, in my opinion, we haven't seen his best, because he's so young. He'll continue to grow, and it's a sign of a great athlete, a great competitor, and a great coaching staff. So hopefully we don't see his best Saturday. But he's a very, very special player. So one, it's credit to Coach Meyer, their staff, yes, and what they're doing in spread. But it's that kid too. I mean, I know of that kid, and when you get chances to watch him, I think he's probably one of these dynamic kids, has unbelievable work ethic, drive, desire. He's what you want a great football player to look like. And like I say, they've got a great future of him, and we're trying to emulate that with some of our guys, of what it takes to be a great player. And it's not just the physical skill set. He's developed himself. You watch him set his feet and throw the ball now versus last year. That's coaching. That's also a kid that's committed to getting better. And he's playing at a good level. He's a great player.